Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Damian Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more.
All right, we're back. Another episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, episode 94.
I think, or 4.
I think we're on 94.
All right, 94 sounds good.
Well, you know what? If we're wrong, then you just put like a big video thing, like the number 95 or 93. Yeah. I don't even know what the hell. It feels like we haven't done this in forever, but it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We had a gig last Thursday. We couldn't do Wednesday. I forget what was going on. So I'm
in space right now, man. I got a new puppy, and this thing's wearing the shit out of me.
Would you get a little Chihuahua?
You know what? We don't know what he is. I don't know. He kind of looks like a little Rottweiler, but he's definitely not going to be big because we saw the parents. Like they're about not too much bigger than him. But I don't know. He's a little terror.
What's his name?
We named him Ringo.
Ringo.
It was between that or Ozzy, and I was going for Ozzy.
Yeah, Ringo's a good name.
Yeah, and not even because of Ozzy Osbourne or anything, just because it's a great name.
Yeah. How old is he?
Man, he's going to be 7 weeks Sunday.
Okay,
we got him we got him too young, actually.
Really young,
but
yeah.
You know, what are you going to do?
We want to get a dog. Donna wants to get a Shorkie. At this point, I wanted like a Siberian Husky, but then we don't
too big, right?
You need those big dogs. They need to run. So
that's my thing too, man. Like little dogs poop a lot, but I don't want to have to deal with big dog poop mess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of poop, Mike gave me poop. He has me doing me a favor. I had to bring poop to the doctor's office today for him.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Right.
So how do you
shit in the bag? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
So how do you transport that? You put it in a baggie?
I'll break my hand.
Well, you have to pick the ripest one of the bunch.
Okay.
First of all, no. They give you this like little vial with a lid, and attached to the lid inside is a little fork, and you have to fork up the poop. It's I don't know if you want to eat before or after, or just not at all.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. It was wrapped up. It was in the vial thing. It was wrapped up pretty good. It was in a plastic bag on top of it. And this morning I just dropped it off. I never even took it out of the bag. Yep. How about that?
So anyway, we were thinking about getting. We've been talking about getting a dog for a while, but all the ones that she's been looking at, maybe like a couple months old or whatever, but she wants something like what you got, like 6 months, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something really, really young, so we could see the thing grow and all that and enjoy its puppy years, I guess. I don't know. I never had a dog ever. So
you never had a dog?
No, so always had cats, and then I started getting allergic to them and didn't have any animals. I kind of like coming and going as I please now. I don't have to worry about anything, taking care of an animal. But now I kind of do like staying home, and we don't go out that much anymore. So I kind of would like to get a dog, and I would like to get back into shape and running and stuff. And we watch Donna's sister's dogs, and I'll take them out in the morning. When we watch them, and I basically run with them, and it's great. And, it's like getting a workout. So if I had one every morning, I think that would be, kind of like influence me or inspire me to start getting back into shape a little bit.
Yeah.
Just running with the thing,
Yeah, I still.
Yeah, man, go for it.
2 asshole dogs I have. 2 asshole dogs.
No shit.
Bad.
They'll never like me, those two.
Well,
eventually
God, eventually
like,
we will.
I still think Taz doesn't like for some reason. He's just tolerating
He's
me.
bipolar.
But Penny, it's a shame because she loves me a little too much, I think, sometimes. And it's like she just wants to crawl like inside of it. And whew, she's got some sweet breath.
And she's down to one tooth.
She lost another one? Oh my
I
God.
think she only got one tooth.
How old is she?
14, maybe 12, 14.
Is she that old?
She's pretty old.
Wow.
She's pretty old. So, yeah, guys. So we're going to talk about This is Gwar, the documentary that's a Shudder exclusive. Pretty interesting. Now, out of us three, I'm probably the only one that is really a fan of Gwar for the most part. I don't like everything, but the earlier stuff I like. So this was a good introductory for Damien, and Mike knew a little bit about them. Damien really had no interest before. So yeah, so I'm gonna start off this way before we even go into the thing. Do you remember Gwar at all, Dave?
Oh yeah. I mean, I wasn't living under a rock. I just didn't really have any interest in them. I don't know why. I think it kind of, maybe it seemed a little cartoony to me, and I don't really like comedy, comedy metal. Like Steel Panther. I like the first record and a couple songs, but I don't. I like comedy and I like metal. I don't like comedy metal or comedy rock or whatever.
Right.
It's just
Damien's a purist.
Yeah.
Like Weird Al and shit like that. Okay, it's like a novelty to me.
Yeah, it is. I mean, come on. I'll give Weird Al's a genius. And you got to give him that, because all the stuff that he does with the songs and changing them up. And I mean, it's like an honor to be kind of have your song done by him. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not that I dislike it. It's just not for me. So I don't even really pay attention to it. It doesn't, I don't hate it. I don't have a disdain for it. I'm just not into it,
I mean, it's like a diversion.
Yeah. I mean, I always liked the way like their costumes and everything. But the documentary definitely answered a lot of questions. Like when I was younger, when they first came out, I remember seeing them. I was like, oh man, these guys are probably going to be like they're probably like going to be like another Kiss. Maybe they'll get huge and they'll have like the dolls and this and that. And watching documentary, that kind of answered my question why that didn't happen. But I was always interested in them. I never saw them live. I think maybe
that would have been a fun experience. I think.
Yeah, I think now I probably would want to go see them, and I probably would check out some of their music and stuff like that. But which we'll get into, I guess.
Yeah. Mike D, first time you ever heard of Gwar?
I mean, I've heard of him from when I was a kid. I remember the Beavis and Butthead game.
Okay.
I used to go to the store and rent that game, and I never beat that game either. It was kind of rough, at least to me it was. But that's kind of how I remember Gwar. And I don't think I ever saw video even on MTV. They very rarely even played him. I never even caught
not till Beavis and Butthead, really.
Right. Yeah. I remember them,
and that's when I remember kind of first seeing him.
I had those rock cards. Do you remember those rock cards they had?
Yeah.
They came out like 1990 or 91, and I remember there was Gwar there, and that might have been like one of the first times I heard of them.
Right.
You would get Tom Kiefer in one pack. Oh, and here's Gwar, and then here's Pretty Boy Floyd and Salty Dog, and it was I remember it was like all those bands. They had like their own rock cards. Oh, here's a Jerry Dixon from Warrant card. That was shit
they were all like kind of bad.
Testament. It was. Dude, it was.
I like Testament though.
No, I did. I'm just saying it was like
in general.
It was like it was so random. Like Jerry Dixon from Warrant, and then here's Eric Peters from Testament. Oh, and here's a Gwar card and Salty Dog, and it was like
somebody
all
from
shit like
Cheap
that.
Trick. It's like
it was all over the place.
Man. So okay, so the first time I heard of Gwar, I was at a buddy of my house, Mike. And Mike, not this Mike, another Mike. Same time I heard of
Happy Mike D.
No, Mikey, my buddy's
nice
tattoo
Mike.
artist right now. Yeah, nice Mike. So he had Hello. And that's the first time I heard about Gwar. And he also was like huge in like Mr. Bungle and stuff like that. Like that was his thing.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, anything was a little out there, he was kind of ahead of the game with. And I listened to Gwar because I remember the first song I heard was, because we are Gwar, we cars, we have guitars, whatever, Gwar. And I kind of got a kick out of it. I borrowed the record from, or the CD at the time, it was a CD. And man, there was like there was really some hooky stuff on there. And if you listen to the first record, even as they go in the documentary, they talk about like, the drummer that they have today, Brad Roberts, would say he wasn't on the first record, and the timing is just like all over the place as a drummer, So it's a messy record, but it's a fun record. And that was the first time I heard of them. Then I didn't see them live till, I don't know if it was like a special like BAM show or something they did with them and Cradle of Filth.
Yeah.
And Children of Bob.
Did you get sprayed and everything, Bert?
No, I was actually in the VIP section, so I didn't. But I was lucky. But most people go to that show with a white T-shirt because they want to get sprayed with everything. And the cool thing about Gwar is that all my friends always went. I don't know why, but I didn't see them until that late. Past with my fandom with them were really from the first record to the fifth record. And I like other stuff from them, and their new stuff's good. But I was kind of like really into them the first 4 or 5 records. And for some reason, I just never seen them. I finally seen them, and they were great. They were cool, and they always do the thing like every year, whoever is like leading the political world or whoever is in the news, they'll always like get them eaten or decapitate them or something crazy. So it's kind of like it's a fun time. It's definitely a fun time. But as we'll start with Dame as we go into the documentary. Man, I didn't know, even from liking them, I never knew so much about them, to the fact that I didn't know that they were art students and started out as, Hunter Jackson's art project of trying to make a movie of these characters. And then he finds, Brocky, who's in that band. What were they called? Pig Death or something like that? Or what were they called?
Death Piggy.
Death Piggy.
Piggy.
And
which is a great name.
I never heard of it.
Great logo too.
Yeah. And and then they get together and they form this thing that starts out as an art movie into this band, and then they get better musicians and then but artists are running the show. They're doing their own costumes, not the band, but the guys. The band is more than just the band. It's the whole art guys.
They went by the Slave Pit.
The Slave Pit, yeah. So Dim, so what you think when you from watching the documentary?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. Like honestly, I wasn't really looking forward to it, especially when I saw that it was 100 and I don't know how many minutes.
It was
was pretty long.
Yeah, it was just under 2 hours. But I think if I was a diehard fan, I'd be all about it. But then again, going in like with virgin eyes and ears, not knowing anything about them or very little, I did like it because it was very, very thorough. I mean, it went pretty much from year to year. They didn't really skip anything. I mean, to my knowledge, it seemed pretty thorough.
It was pretty thorough.
Yeah. So
just said that Brocky couldn't have too many interviews on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're really, they had footage of him, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, it wasn't serious, kind of like in-depth kind of, talking stuff. Maybe he wasn't even about that. Maybe he just kind of wanted to keep it like mysterious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I definitely, I would probably check him out live, maybe, and I would check out the music. I kind of thought that they were just like really, really bad punk or something. I had no idea that they were metal.
I was kind of in the same boat for you with you as a while too. Like I kind of thought they weren't really good musicians.
Right.
Well, they were put together, but when they actually got by the second record, when they actually got, I guess, the better musicians, who came from, the guitar player, what's his name? Mike Dirks
from Rigor Mortis.
Not Rigor Mortis. No, that was the bass player after, but Mike Dirks, when they brought him in, he said he wasn't even a metal guy. He was like an alternative kind of guy. Like he didn't even know what metal was, and he wouldn't listen to it. In the beginning, he refused to listen to it, but he would write stuff like that, which is pretty funny. Yeah. But so they weren't. The only guy that I think was really a metal guy in the initial thing was Beefcake, who was Mike Bishop. Who the crazy thing is, Mike Bishop, who started out as Beefcake, left, and then after Brocky died, came back as Blowthor. He's the singer now. So that I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But and the new stuff's pretty damn good. I kind of dig the new stuff. So instead of getting a new guy, they got the old bass player that was in the band for a decent amount of time to sing. Yeah, it really opened up my eyes to like how involved the art department of it was. You know, you had
it was
crazy,
pretty
right?
amazing. I thought. Yeah, I mean, it looked like man, years ago when I was a teenager, my friends used to play this game, sort of like Dungeons and Dragons. It was called
Warhammer.
well, you know what? No, it does kind of. It's probably the same company, but they used to play this game called Blood Bowl.
Oh, Blood Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and the
I am a fan. I am a
and the
fan of Blood
characters,
Bowl.
yeah, the characters kind of reminded me of Gwar a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so I don't know if one influenced the other or what, but
I think actually Blood Bowl was more like like fantasy, castles and knights orcs and goblins and stuff like that were influenced by that. I mean, they might have had some character designs that were kind of modeled after them because there might have been fans, but
yeah,
I mean, it's possible.
You had Bob Gorman, who was in art, part of the art direction, and then so did the creator, really, Hunter Jackson, which is crazy because when my cousin Nicky had a record store up South Street, one night he comes in. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, because they said that he moved to Philly.
Yeah, he comes in and he's like, yeah, he's like, Cousin Bert, this is Techno Destructo. I'm like, get the fuck out. And then he showed me the hand. He had the hand with him. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, he was nice. It was pretty cool, but I didn't know that he was that involved. I didn't know it was really his brainchild that really started it. And then then once he got Brocky in, and then the power struggle they show you through the thing where they didn't get along, and when they brought in Techno was there to take over Gwar, and I'm thinking like, wow, it makes sense now because he's the one who created it. So the guy who created it is kind of
he was sort of the villain.
Took it over. Yeah, he's like the villain, but he created it.
Yeah.
Kind of like he created Kiss to destroy Kiss. What was that guy's name again? What was that guy's name?
Abner Devereaux.
Devereaux, yeah.
I thought the one part was pretty interesting where they had Brian Slagle on from Metal Blade Records, who they were signed to, and they were about to sign like some Warner Brothers distribution deal with them or something, and they were thinking, this is finally going to break the band, and then Warner, when they started, reading the lyrics and stuff, it was like, you got to get rid of this band, or we're not signing a deal, and he stuck with it. He was like, not dropping them. They're on the label.
Believe it, yeah.
Well, we can't work with you.
Yeah,
you kind of think that maybe if they kind of lightened up on the lyrics and stuff, if maybe they would have kind of been bigger or whatever, but they didn't want to sell out, and they kind of really stayed true and everything, and maybe it hurt them at the time.
It was a bit much.
It was a bit much.
Dude, it was.
It was a bit much. And guess what? That song didn't even make the record. That song didn't even make the record. That's the craziness of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a lot of shit that was kind of like
it was a little. Yeah,
I
kind of checked out
that stage show. And,
but now, like, listen, like 2022, and listen to the stuff that's being put out, not just on major record labels, being pushed into the mainstream. It's it's not.
Yeah. I mean,
there's stuff that's even a little more vulgar than Gwar was, and that's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah,
right. Well, it takes people like that to kind of like start the fire, and then
to me,
years go, and then it's more like accepted.
Right? But it's like
do it or damned for it.
Where do you go now? It's like when you have stuff on Gwar level being pushed in mainstream with that type of language, like where do you go? There's no underground.
You can't at that point.
Right. Yeah. There's no, you raise the bar or lower the bar, whatever way you want to look at it, as much as you can. You can't do anything else.
It's so obvious that it was done tongue in cheek, though. I mean,
absolutely, they were right, but the stuff now is not. It's right. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but it's like, where do you go? Like, you want to have, like, they were the alternative. Like when you listen to metal, like a lot of people listen to Gwar, like, it was like a friend of a friend of a friend that kind of introduced them to stuff like that. And it's like, this is stuff that's not in the mainstream. But now it's like stuff like that's in the mainstream. Mm-hmm. Like, look at Ghost. And he's not as vile as them, but like the stuff in the lyrics and stuff like that are pretty, it's pop music with satanic lyrics, which again is another, stick, but still,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you know kind of the same.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Gwar is why I liked them so much was not because they were all crazy and all that stuff. It was that they were silly, but at the same time, the music was serious, and but there was big hooks. I always heard the melodies, and man,
Yeah,
some
I
of the
got to get
melodies
more.
were so
I got to
good.
listen to that. I got to listen to more of their stuff because
The
like I
melodies
said,
were
when I
good.
was younger, I thought they were just kind of like, all right, we're doing this gimmick because we can't play.
Yeah. Yeah, and and Beefcake was a real good musician, and
Mm-hmm.
fucking Mike Dirks was a real good musician, and when they brought in the guy from the bass player that replaced Beefcake, he came from a metal band, and he was good. The drummer was good, so they had a real good band. I think by the second record, they got kind of tightened up the band and was like, okay, shit, we're going to take this on tour, and we're going to get serious with this. But it's just amazing how many people were involved in doing it. It wasn't, everybody thinks it was the one guy,
Yeah,
and
it
was a lot of people.
Like a whole, like a whole unit. I mean, it was,
Like all those guys on the stage did stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Every one of them, they weren't just an extra coming out there. You know what I mean? They were actually part of the team. It's like us having a team of doing something, but we're also involved.
It wasn't a
doing
band. It was a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And and I think the more money they got, the more money they spent on it. So I think it wasn't even like they made money off of it. Probably, I'm sure they did, but they probably could have made more if they didn't. But they put, like any artist, they put their money back into the art.
Yeah, I think they still do really well. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I think they have it now. It's like it's like when you're younger, you put money in the bank and you kind of reap the benefits when you get older.
Yeah.
Which, they're still around. They're still playing the same venues. They're not playing like little, bars like Green Jelly, playing Kung Fu Necktie and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's funny because normally, like, I would be like, all right, they lost most of the band. I think there's like one or two originals in it at this point.
Right.
And it's normally I'd be like, what, fuck, it's time to just give it up. But I don't know. I look at it as something different than just music. It's like you could take this art show on the road forever with different characters and people and just keep doing it, until it loses its appeal.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Some of the guys I'm looking at the lineup, some of the guys that have been in the band, that are in the band now, were in the band like years ago.
Originally,
like the
techno.
Yeah, the guitar player, Sack.
Yeah,
name. He's been in the band since '88.
Well, some of them they just use their names
89.
again with different people.
Yeah. Well, but this tells you, the actual person's name.
Oh, okay.
Mike Dirks, he's been 88. The drummer 89. Well, the singer now, he was in the band like from 87, and then he left and he came back. So, but
I think my favorite part of it was the Grammys.
when they took the picture, when they were all dressed up in the picture. Oh,
yes.
Man.
And they were saying how they dressed up and they were going around and they were like whistling at Chaka Khan and and her bodyguards kind of drugged them off.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good.
I'm a sucker for documentaries, though.
Yeah, I like them.
Like, what was it? VH1 used to have this like way of having like even artists you didn't care for, like making it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, sort of off topic, but when Shudder released this documentary, it might have been like a week or two ago, they also released like a bunch of like 80s kind of like metal themed horror movies, like Hard Rock Zombies. And
oh, really?
You see that?
No, I can look for it.
Yeah, I watched Hard Rock Zombies last week, and it was fucking horrible.
Like good horrible, or just horrible?
It was. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else came out. If I could find it here. Yeah, it was pretty bad movie. I mean, but yeah, they came out with all these. Like back in the 80s, there was like a ton of like metal themed kind of.
Oh, like Rocktober Blood, and
I guess when Shudder released the Gwar documentary, they also released like a bunch of 80s like heavy metal themed horror movies, like Hard Rock Zombies and Hard Rock Nightmare, and there's a couple other ones that were really bad. What was the one? I think Carmine and Peace was actually in it, called like they were in a band called Black Rain or something like that. What the hell was the name of that movie? But
You okay over there?
I love it.
I watched Hard Rock Zombies last week, and it was awful, god awful.
Like bad
Trying to
awful,
find the
good
name of
awful.
this. Yeah. But Shudder, if you're into that kind of thing, Shudder has a bunch of them. Black Roses, that's what it was called.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember seeing the
Yeah.
box cover.
Yeah, I think that's on there.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I just remember seeing the Black Roses. Yeah, that's on there. Demons hypnotize the general public by posing as a rock and roll band. Yeah. Ha.
I just love Damien laugh.
Oh my god. What hard rock.
Comes to a small town.
That hair.
You got to find out who it is now.
This is Lizzie Borden for sure.
Is it?
Definitely
It sounds
Lizzie
like
Borden.
him here.
No, it is Lizzie Borden.
100%.
Yeah. All hell breaks loose.
Yeah, well, the music is definitely better on this one than Hard Rock Zombies. You got to see that one. That was freaking terrible.
Oh, it's fucking great. All right, well, we got to go to Hard Rock Zombies now that you brought it up.
You got to look at the singer. He's got like this mustache and like an Elvis long mullet kind of pompadour thing.
That sounds like me when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the beauty of this.
You had
though,
an
what we
Elvis. You had a mullet pompadour.
I had a mullet pompadour. Yes, I used so much gel on this thing. You could have cracked me over that with a fucking sledgehammer, and it would have done a thing to me. Oh my god,
It's awful. It was terrible.
sounds like Huey Lewis.
Yeah. It's not even hard rock. Yeah.
Oh, is that Sammy Hagar singing?
No, but it sounds like him, doesn't it?
A lot like him.
So Vince McMahon, what is that?
I think it came out like 83 or something.
Pretty bad, wow.
Like super low budget. The drummer, he just stands up. He's not fake. I mean, he's not even trying to fake playing drums. I mean, it's just awful.
I remember there was, what was that one band that had the drummer that stood up?
Poison?
No, was it Jellyfish maybe?
Yeah, it's like these Nazis don't want this band to live or something like that. So they kill them and they come back as zombies and they go back and kill the Nazis. It's weird.
You know, it's hip to be dead.
Yeah, right. That's what it reminds me of.
This is a good one.
You saw this?
Oh, yeah.
From the depths of hell, he's back from the dead to seek revenge on the living.
Bill Cosby.
One by one, he butchered their bodies to reach his final victim. The rock and roll star he adored. A madman with a message from hell.
Oh my god.
Now you gotta watch it, Dave.
I think so. Yeah.
I hope it's on
this-
Shudder.
That's what I was ready to say. I hope it's on there.
If not YouTube, you can probably find the whole thing.
Yeah. It is.
this guy
It
didn't-
is on there.
This
Rock
guy does
October
not look like a
Blood.
rock star
October
back then.
Blood, rated R.
A crazed rock singer returns from the dead to murder members of his former band. How you like that one?
That sounds so
Yeah.
familiar, man.
Sounds like everybody I know.
I don't know if I saw that.
Yeah,
or
right?
not.
Yeah, me and Mark Dempsey loved that movie. Like me and Mark Dempsey talk about it all the time.
I don't know if I saw that. It sounds familiar. It looks familiar.
Yeah, so there you have it. Some awesome stuff coming on Shudder this month.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. And this is Gwar documentary. Going back to that for a second here. I did enjoy it. If you're a Gwar fan, you're going to love it. If you're not a Gwar fan, it's definitely interesting. You know?
Yeah, I'm not a fan, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
it's very thorough, and you didn't really even think about the time as you're watching it. You just kind of get so into it. It goes by pretty quick. So yeah, it's like an hour and 50 minutes or something. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty long. It's not that bad.
It's like, well, come on, it's probably a hard band to cover now.
Oh, it is
I know.
because they got so many records.
Yeah.
Not
you
even
can't do it
that, just the
all
whole
in
the
an hour.
lineup changes.
Yeah, they covered everything.
Yeah, and who would have thought they would have continued after Brocky was gone? I was surprised, and then I was okay with it. I didn't care, but I was surprised. You know, I'm okay with that.
A band like that, you can.
Yeah. I mean, they keep talking about the Kiss thing. To me, the Kiss thing carrying on would be weird.
It's
right.
They just say that. They only say that to justify the fact that they have two guys wearing Ace and Peter's makeup. That's why they say it. I don't believe it. Nobody's gonna want to see some fake Kiss playing at Wells Fargo.
Then it's
Center.
just a tribute act, and there's a couple good tribute acts that are out there to do it already.
Yeah,
you know?
If anything, I think they might have like an official Kiss tribute band, like sanctioned by the band.
And that would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that, and we would have thought probably 10 years ago, knowing the way we used to think, is that, and I'm putting Dame right in with me here, that we would have thought that, oh, Gene's son kind of plays a little bit. He'll be Gene. Paul's son plays, he'll be Paul. Of course, that's how I thought.
They don't get it.
Son of Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I want to make it
don't
on
give
my
a fuck.
own,
Yeah. Yeah.
But all right, Damo. So we had a pretty big weekend last weekend. Let's run through the shows, man. Let's Masquerade was in Philly at the 2300 Arena last week. We had Brad Lee on the week before. And I mean, overall, I'm definitely gonna start with you. Because you know the vibe, you know a lot of the people there and stuff like that. First night, Thursday night, what you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, it was ran very well. It wasn't chaotic, at least to me
That we know of. Yeah.
It didn't seem that. I mean, who knows if there was things going on, but no, it seemed fine to me. The setup was great there. Everybody was cool. We didn't have any issues. It was great, man. It was a great time. It was, for me, it was sort of like a reunion of people that go on the Monsters of Rock cruise and the M3 festivals and everything. So it's a lot of the same people, and they travel like all over the country. They're so, they're so into it, and they're just total diehards. Like, if you get those fans on, on your back, you're in good shape. If they're not behind you, then you got something to worry about. But you want those kind of fans to support you because they're with you to the end. They're very, they're very supportive. They're diehards. They'll stay with you through anything. And Brad has a great reputation with these people. That's why they travel from Detroit and Chicago and Georgia and Oklahoma and Florida and Maryland, like all over the place. These people came from all over the country. It's friggin', amazing,
Yeah.
So Yeah, so Thursday was mostly like kind of like mid-Atlantic kind of region bands, East Coast bands or whatever. And then you had like the the national acts playing like Friday and Saturday. I didn't go Saturday. We had Joe Mal's surprise 50th birthday party, so we didn't go Friday. But yeah, we saw enough, and we had I think we all had a great time there, right?
Yeah, I went out. Well, we played Thursday, and we had a good response. Everybody was pretty cool with us. Actually, everybody was really cool with us. For me, I met a lot of new people. A lot of new people on Facebook now reached out, and yeah, some of the pictures are coming in now, and they look great. I mean, there was at least a dozen photographers there, like taking great pictures, man. The video screen looked beautiful. It was cool. Everybody, the whole place,
Big stage.
big stage was the stage was crazy. Everybody treated us good. I went to 2 nights and I went to 1 day. The first day, who I really wanted to see was not, of course we played, but I wanted to see our friends in Whiskey Grin, and of course they delivered. They were great. I missed All or Nothing, and I heard they were really, really good. But I never seen them before. I don't know where are they from, Dame?
I think they're from either from Maryland or like Western PA or something.
Okay.
Or I could be totally off, and they could be from Alabama. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure they're like a Maryland or like Western, like Pennsylvania type band.
Yeah,
I think.
I heard they were great.
Young guys. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, great
really
guitar player, singer was really good. The band looked good. Younger guys are probably like in their 20s.
Like
they're good.
The Zenora guys, and they were good also that night. They were really good too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So another bunch of young guys that are hungry up there.
Yeah, they're very positive, and they're not jaded yet. Yeah, it's good to talk to them.
They're excited still, which is good.
Yeah, they're excited. Everything is new. It's it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I dug John's Crossing. I thought John's Crossing was really good. I thought that
they're a Christian band, right?
They're a Christian band. I think they were. Yeah, I think they were a Christian band, and they were real good. And they played 2 nights. I think they might have played
Saturday too, maybe.
They might play Saturday too. Yeah. They were really good, but all the bands were really good on that Thursday. Friday, I didn't get there till about 5:00. I think I met you there around 5:00, and that Tokyo Motor Fest was getting ready to go on, and they were really good. Spread Eagle, dude. Spread Eagle was great. For me, they were great. I loved it. It made me go back, and I was looking for the Spread Eagle vinyl today, and I didn't see the vinyl, but I found the MP3 was on sale for like $6, and I bought it like immediately. And I was going to tell you today, I was going to wait till I talk to you. I listened to the record today. It's fucking great. Like, oh my God, I forgot how good it was. I had it back in the day. I don't know what happened to it, but it is so good. The whole record is like, if people dug like the heavier version of Skid Row, it kind of reminds you of that. It's in that realm. Street metal. Yeah.
I call that type of stuff like street metal. It sounds like it's coming from like the gutters of New York City. It's got that kind of.
It's
like
really
like a heavy, like a heavy Guns N' Roses. Like if Guns N' Roses was like a metal band.
Yeah.
Like more metal than hard rock. That's what Spread Eagle kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, I listened to it today, and I was like, "Wow!" I got to tell Dame. I went back and listened to this record, and I forgot how good it was.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like 2 of the main songs, and I went back. I was like, "Wow, this is really, really good. Really, really good."
Yeah, I got to listen to it. I mean, I put it on once in a while, man. Like every few months, I'll pop it in.
It's good, and
it is good. Yeah.
The cool thing with them, the crowd was singing a lot of the stuff that night, which I thought was great. It's nice to hear a crowd sing back, and I thought Ray did a really good job. I thought it was really, really good. I miss Bisto Blanco, who I wanted to see. I bought the record because they had the record there, they had the vinyl there. I bought their vinyl, and I didn't hang around because I was just so damn tired. It was like a long week, and
it was so long.
I crapped out like 9-10 o'clock, and so I regret not staying for Bisto. I love the record, man. That record is real good. That We Are One. It's really, really, really good.
How many records they have? Couple?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. Maybe 2 that I know of. Maybe. But I guess this is the new one I bought, and yeah, you got to take a listen to it. It's actually really, really, really good. And it's the first thing you think is it's going to be very Rob Zombie-ish. And there's a couple songs like that, but it's not all that way. It's a little more all over. It's it's more than just one kind of sound. I was going to tell you, got to check it out. So that, when you hear them bands again, you go back, either you discover their stuff or you go back and you listen to their older stuff. And that's the best part of seeing them kind of shows. A band you haven't seen in forever, and you're thinking, oh, like this band's from '89 or something like that. And then you listen back and go, wow, I forgot how good these guys were. I like that element,
Yeah, I've seen Beasto Blanco live maybe 3 or 4 times. Man, I don't know. I just can't get into them.
Yeah.
I tried listening to their studio records and stuff, and same thing. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Something about it. Maybe it's
not connecting with you.
Yeah, not connected with me yet.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Who was your highlight for that night?
I actually really like I'm a fan of Pretty Boy Floyd, so I really like them, man. I always I was right up front watching them.
You were. I seen you. Yes, you were.
Yeah. I've been a fan of them since the early 90s. I've always liked them. And secretly it's been kind of like a band where like I always wish, like, man, I wish they needed a drummer. I would play for be an easy gig, to play like maybe like 4 times a year or whatever.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be super high maintenance. It'd probably be a lot of fun.
I'm trying to remember, what did they do that was big?
Electric Boys.
Nothing was
Electric
really
Toys.
big.
That's all I remember.
Yeah,
like that, right?
48 Hours was like their single. 48 hours, 48 hours.
And did you say they did a cover or something? What cover did they do?
Toast to the Town.
That's right, Toast to the Town from Motley.
Yeah, I mean, they were super glammy look. I mean, they made the first Poison album cover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way they looked, they kind of made Poison look like truck drivers. I mean,
I think one of my buddies used to like that.
Yeah, I like them. The songs are real catchy, and they're real like poppy and catchy.
Yeah, I really like them, wasn't too much into the glam stuff back then.
Yeah,
now either, really. But
yeah, they're definitely like the prototypical glam band.
I had that record, but I don't remember much about it. I remember them more than the record. I was probably a little out of that by the time that broke. But I did have the record.
Played after them.
It was
Tokyo Motor Fist, Spread Eagle, Pretty Boy Floyd, Beasto Blanco. Somebody in between them.
There was somebody in between.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Keep that up, Damon, so we can see what we're talking about.
I'm pulling it up on my phone. I'm trying to remember. Here we go. Dirty Looks. They sounded good.
Did I miss Dirty Looks? Fuck, I missed Dirty Looks. Yeah.
Yeah, you left around that time.
Damn, and that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to see them with Jason McMaster. How were they with Jason McMaster?
They sounded good. Yeah, they sounded really good. He did a great job.
I like that band.
Yeah, Steven Adler headline.
Jason, from Dangerous Toys.
Yeah.
He's singing for Dirty Looks too. Yeah, and Adler was, like you said, Adler was headlining.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I was there the entire time because he was using some of my drum stuff.
There you go.
And he went on pretty late, probably like around 12:30 or something. Everything. You have 15-minute changeovers between bands, and then you got one band, they're an extra 5 minutes, and then the next band is an extra 5 minutes, and one band is 10 minutes. At the end of the night, all that extra time adds up, and then the last band is on 45 minutes or a half hour or whatever it is later than it should have been.
Yeah,
which was the case there. And it's a long day for people, man. They get tired, and some people left and whatever. But dude, his band they sounded great.
Yeah,
both the tempos were a little slower, but I tend to play a lot of things faster.
Sure.
Live. So I guess maybe years of experience on his part probably made him control himself a little more to kind of like, take it easy, not play too fast.
Right.
But yeah, the band sounded great. The singer is fucking phenomenal.
Ari, right?
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, I heard he was real good.
Songs. Yeah, he does them justice. I mean, whenever you have somebody and whoever, drummer and guitar player, and they leave the band and then they're just playing songs when they go on tour of that band. Like you get the drummer from Leonard Skinner, what's his name? Artemis Pyle. He goes out and does like a Leonard Skinner set. I don't know what they sound like. I've never heard them, but you want the guys in the band to like sound like
authentic,
that stuff, authentic. Yeah. I mean, and he definitely nailed it. I mean, he's got a guy that sounds just like Axl, like from 1987,
Now, did they just play all Appetite stuff? Was that pretty much
they
the set?
played they played, they didn't play It So Easy, I don't think. They played most of that album. They played You Could Be Mine.
Okay.
And they played Civil War.
Oh wow.
Because Steven did play on Civil War, and You Could Be Mine was like an older song.
Right.
That he he was a part of. But yeah, they played most of Appetite. I don't think they played Welcome to the Jungle either.
Really?
Come to think of it. Yeah.
So probably like a 12-song set, maybe something.
It was maybe 12, 14 songs, maybe.
Anything else besides Guns N' Roses material?
Nah, that's it. Oh yeah, they played one song from one of his solo records.
Who, Adler?
That was it was really good. There was this band called Lionel back in like the mid 2000s, and he's like a big songwriter now, this guy. But he was in Steven Adler's band maybe like 10 years ago, and they actually put like a record out that was really, really good. So he played one of those songs.
Oh, nice.
So,
and then Sunday, I get confused the way it runs through again. It was Saturday. So Saturday, I was only able to catch our friends in Babylon Shakes. So I got there in time to see them. I couldn't hang after that, but they were really, really good. And they're super nice guys, great players.
Yeah.
Songs are good. I was, I've seen them a couple times before, and they're I know you're pretty good friends with them too, Dane.
Yeah.
They were really good. Really good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed seeing them. I don't know how it went overall, but from my experience, it was a really, really, really good time. And I hope they do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. And, talked to Brad for like a second or two. He was cool. You know what I mean? He was busy getting his stuff together. And, and everybody backstage was super cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't back there Saturday, but Thursday and Friday I was, and everybody was, to the point where I went upstairs to go grab something out of my bag, and I walked into the wrong room. I remember telling you the story. I walked in the wrong room, and I'm in like the main room where all the main people are, and I'm trying to get in the door, and it's locked. And I'm like, oh man, it's locked. We got to try and find somebody. I'm like, and somebody's like, there's another room. I'm like, fuck, it's probably in the other room. I walk in the other room. Of course, the room's open. My bag's right there. And after all this chaos,
what were you in the heels dressing room or the baby?
I think I was in the baby dressing room. Yeah. So, I had a great time. It was nice to be able to go somewhere, come back, go somewhere, come back, and go back and forth. It did remind me of like a cruise atmosphere, where you could go back and forth, and you see the same people and you bullshit, and made a couple new friends, and I really enjoyed it. And it probably, and I never been to an M3, but it's probably going to make me think that, hey, you know what, this is pretty cool. I think I will go to the next M3.
Yeah, same people, but on a larger scale, same kind of deal.
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely good. Yeah, Dane, we got anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Mike D, like to throw anything?
Yeah, I wasn't there.
You know what?
We wanted you there.
Yeah, we wanted you there, but you had to work. Work.
Yeah, it was just tough, man. Like, because it was on a Thursday night, and if I went, then it was probably be there late. I'm thinking I got to be in work Friday, and
yeah. Well, I mean, you just could all rant if you just want. I got one rant to rant about because it was bothering me today. Well, yesterday. So
Let's go. Let's hear it.
what's the new thing in Philly now that you drive, somebody's in front of you, they're a little slow, they're taking forever, and you're behind them, and then the person behind you decides that I'm not waiting for either one of these cars, and they go around you and they go straight. Is that like a new thing that's happening now? Because I'm seeing it all the time.
No, I see it. I mean, I don't see it so much in the city. On the highway, I see it.
Totally.
No, it's big.
off.
I've been hearing stuff like that.
In the highway, I could see it's fucked up, but in the highway, I could see it. But when you're on a city street and you know how it's car, the third car in decides, all right, this guy 2 cars ahead of me is too slow. I'm just going to cut both of them off and go, didn't turn, went straight.
Let me tell you, these people are just fucking assholes on the road anymore, dude. Nobody has any respect for anybody, whether it be another driver or somebody walking down the street. There's just a pure amount of there's a hell of a lot of assholes out there. Yeah, and it's just getting ridiculous.
And people just want to go where they got to be, and
they don't care.
I mean, really, if someoe's driving slow, what are you going to get there? Are you going to get there 10 seconds faster than you normally would? Because that's what it really
right.
Is. I mean,
you're still hitting the lights.
If you really want to get technical about it,
yeah,
you're going to get there 15 seconds quicker. I mean, and you're going to possibly kill someone or
get in an accident, and then wait an hour and a half for
AAA. When I was coming to your house today, this guy's driving his motorcycle down Wolf Street the wrong way, and not like one of those little kiddie ones, like a big motorcycle, just driving down the street the wrong way. And I'm like, you know what? I hope this asshole gets fucking hit. I was like, because that would make my day. It's not like he turned around on the street like by accident. He knew what he was fucking doing.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get this because I'm gonna fire Damien up for a second if I could. So the other night, I'm not gonna say where I ordered from. I ordered chicken Italiano from somewhere. Okay, I get it, and it's don't have the roasted peppers on it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, every time I order something out from somewhere, something gets forgotten. Something's not on it. It's the wrong order. Awful. I know Dame's got an experience he might want to share with us, but like, dude, nobody gets nothing right anymore. What the hell's going on? Damo?
We went to McDonald's when was it? Thursday night?
That's the first problem.
Yeah.
Well, we got out of the masquerade show. It was pretty late. By the time we got out of there, it was maybe like 1. Nothing was open. So it was either Wawa or Donna mentioned, there's a 24-hour McDonald's in Deptford. I was like, all right, let's go there. We go there, pull up in the drive-thru. We order 2 McDoubles, 2 medium fries, and 1 20-piece chicken nuggets. I haven't eaten anything all day, and this is for me and her. So the lady, she says, okay, it's 18 whatever. Okay. So then, you pull around to the first window where you pay, and she says 15 something. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe. I even told Donna, I was like, it's cheaper. She's like, yeah, Deffy, you can't hear. And she said 15. I was like, okay, I thought she said 18. Okay. So anyway, so I pay the lady. She gives me my card back. I look at the receipt, and there's like drinks on there. I was like, and definitely was not our order. I was like, excuse me, this isn't our order. And she's like, oh, man, shit. Come on, what do you mean? This ain't your order. Slams the thing, and then she gets mad. She's like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's going on here? I'm getting a little fired up because she's all fucking. This lady's going like absolutely fucking insane over nothing. I wasn't being an asshole. I said, yeah, excuse me. It's, I wasn't like, what the fuck, man? You fucked up my order. I'm being cool. The drive-through was actually pretty quick for that time of night. Usually you're in there forever. So I was not in a bad mood at all. This lady's freaking the fuck out. The manager comes over. She opens it up. And this lady's still behind her, like behind the manager. She's all fucking like, dude, fucking pissed.
You should have got free food after that.
Oh, it gets better.
So give her back my card. So she does a refund for the $15 and then charges me the regular price. And lady says, I'm really sorry. I said, no problem. So then I go to the second window where they give you your food. And lady opens up the window and she hands me like this tray of drinks. There's like orange soda and this and that. I was like, I didn't order this. and this lady was, this girl actually, she was younger. She was like, oh, sorry about that. We're a little crazy in here tonight. She puts the drinks back. she was like the fucking total opposite of the one from the first when the first lady was like,
now Damien's like, what the fuck? You gave me the wrong fucking order.
Now she actually calmed me down because she was being goofy, I was like, yeah, this lady she's kind of funny. And then she was like, what did you order again? I said, I ordered 2 McDoubles, 2 medium fries, 20-piece chicken nuggets. She was like, okay, I'll be right back. She comes back with like 2 or 3 bags of food. And I just peek in there. I was like, thank you. And Donna was like, did you even look? I was like, yeah, I looked. And they gave us more than we asked for. We're getting the fuck out of here. I was like, fuck you, lady, in the first window for being a fucking asshole. So they gave us
an drive around, just fucking throw a McNugget at her and fucking leaves.
Yeah. So they gave us everything we ordered plus 2 extra cheeseburgers and an extra fry. So
yeah. But the moral of the story is should have went to Wawa. That's the moral of the story. But yeah, shit's getting crazy. Mike D, would you like to add anything?
No, man, I can't even come close to anything like that.
That was great. I was trying to get him in for that story. I heard it the other night and I loved it. I loved it.
It's like, relax, man. I wasn't getting, this lady. He's like freaking the fuck out. Like she must have had a really, really bad night, or something. But it got me fired up for like a fucking second. Like the way she was reacting was like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
Great.
There you have it.
Thank God for the girl at the second window, because she was like, she brought everything back down and she was like fucking goofy and stuff and was making me laugh.
Ease it all up for you.
Yeah. I should have told her, you got to talk to your fucking girl in the other window. Give her some of that shit that you're on. Give her some of those happy pills.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Another day at the drive-thru. Mixtapes and tasty cakes. We'll see you next week.